Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo
Namaskaram. Today I am going to chant Canto 88, Restoration of the Dead Children. प्रागेवाचार्यपुत्राहृति निशमनया सुयशट सुनुवीक्षां काङ्क्षन्त्या मातुरुक्त्या सुतलभुवि बलिं प्राप्यतेनार्चितस्तवम् धातुः शापाद्विरण्यान्वितकशीभुवं भवानशौरीजान कंसपज्ञानानि अयान प्रदर्शय स्वपदमन्यताः पूर्वपुत्रान् मरीचेः. Hearing that thou had restored his dead children to thy preceptor, thy mother Devaki desired of thee to be shown the 6 children born to her before thee. So thou did go to Sutala, where thou were honored by Bali. These 6 children were originally Marichi's offspring, who because of Brahma's curse were first born of Hiranyakashipu and later took birth as the 6 infants of Vasudeva in Devaki, whom Kamsa had killed. These were brought and shown to thy mother by thee and were then helped to attain to thy abode of Vaikuntha. श्रुतदेव इति श्रुतं द्विजेन्द्रं बहुलाश्चं नृपतिं च भक्तिपूर्णं युगपत्वमनुग्रहीतु कामो मिथिलां प्रापिततापसैः समेतः. In order to give thy blessings simultaneously to Shrutadeva, a famous Brahmana, and to Bahulasva, a king noted for his devotion, thou did go to Mithila with many ascetics. गच्छन्नदिमूर्तिरुभयोर्युग पनिकेतमेकेन भूरि विभवे विर्विहितोपचारः अन्येन तद्दिनभृतैश्च फलौदनाद्यै स्ततुल्यं प्रसेदित ददात च मुक्तिमाभ्याम्. Assuming 2 similar forms, thou did visit both of them at the same time, and were received by the one, the king, with rich offerings, while the other, the Brahmana, had only some fruits and rice collected that day to offer to thee. Pleased with both alike, thou did grant them mukti, that is, liberation. भूयोऽथ द्वारवत्यां द्विजतनयमृतिं तत्प्रलापानपि त्वं को वा दैवं निरुन्ध्यादिति किल कथयन विश्ववोढाप्यसोळाः जिष्णोर्गर्वं विनेतुं त्वयि मनुजदिया कुण्ठिता चास्य बुद्धिं तत्त्वारूढां विधातुं परमतं पद Prekshaneti manye. In Dwaraka there was a Brahmana who was losing all his children in succession at their very birth. To the outcries of this distressed father, thou did nothing by way of redress, except consoling him with the words that it was all due to fate, which none could resist. Although you were the Lord of the whole universe and could accomplish anything at thy will. I think thy object in doing so was to rid Arjuna of his pride in his own prowess and also to bestow on him the knowledge of the supreme truth by disabusing his mind of the obstructing circumstances of looking on thee as a mere man, through the superhuman feat of revealing the very Vaikuntha to him. नष्टा अष्टास्य पुत्राः पुनरपि तव तुपेक्ष्या कष्टवादः स्पष्टो जातो जनानामततदवसरे द्वारकामापपार्थः मैत्र्या तत्रोषितो असौ नवमसुतमृतौ विप्रवर्य प्ररोधम् श्रुत्वा चके प्रतिज्ञामनुपहृतसुतः सन्निवीक्षे कृशानुम्. People began to speak publicly against thy indifference towards the Brahmana, even after he had lost 8 infants. At this juncture, Arjuna arrived at Dwaraka on a friendly visit when he happened to hear the bitter lamentation of the Brahmana on the death of his 9th infant. He vowed to restore to life the next infant if born dead, failing which he would immolate himself in fire. मानीसत्त्वामपृष्ट्वा द्विजनिलयगतो बाणजालैर्महास्त्रैः रुन्धानः सुतीगेहं पुनरपि सहसा दृष्टनष्टे कुमारे यां मैन्द्रीं तदान्याः सुरवरनगरीर्विद्यासाध्या सद्यो मोघोद्योगः पदिशन्य धृतपुजीर्भवता सस्मितं वारितो अभूत्. The proud man that Arjuna was, he went to the house of the Brahmana without telling thee when the 10th child was about to be born. To prevent the entry of any being, he put up a protective wall round the labor room with his arrows, both ordinary and divine. But lo, this time even the body of the child disappeared at the very birth. Arjuna made a rigorous search for the infant with the help of his yogic powers in the realms of Yama, Indra and all other celestial beings, but failing to locate the infant, made himself ready for the self-immolation in fire, when thou with a smile on thy face did not restrain him from doing so. सार्धं तेन प्रतीचिं दिशमतिजविनास्यन्दनेनाभियातो लोकालोकं व्यतीतस्तिमिरभरमतो चक्रताम्नां निरुन्धन चक्रां शुक्लिष्टदृष्टिं स्तिमत विजयं पश्येति वारां पारे त्वं प्राददर्शः किमपि हि तमसां दूरदूरं पदं ते. Riding westward in a very fast chariot with Arjuna and crossing the mountain barrier of Loka, beyond which lies the region of eternal and absolute darkness, thou did illumine that region with the splendor of thine divine discus Sudarshana. To Arjuna, whose eyes could not bear that splendor, thou did show thy abode beyond the causal waters, unaffected by the darkness of ignorance and defying all powers of description. Tatrasinam bhujangadipashayanattale divyabhushaayudhadyai ravitam pitachelam pratinavajaladashyamalam srimadangam मूर्तीनामीशितारं परमिह तिसृणामेकमर्थं श्रुतीनां त्वामेव त्वं परमात्मन् प्रियसखसहितो नेमितक्षेमरूपम्. To him who was seated on the bed constituted the serpent king Adishesha, who was decked with divine ornaments, weapons, and a bright garment of yellow silk, whose form adorned by the presence of Lakshmi possessed the dark splendor of a fresh rain cloud, who is supreme over the trinity of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, who is the ultimate meaning of all the scriptures, to that being embodiment of moksha and identical with thyself, did thou with Arjuna now make prostrations. युवा मामेव द्वाधिकविवृतान्तर्हिततया विभिन्नो सन्दृष्टुं स्वयमहं हार्षं द्विजसुतान् नयेतं द्रागेतानीति खलु वितीर्णान् पुनरमून् द्विजाया यदायादाः प्रणुतमहिमा पाण्डुषज्जनुषा. In order to see you both who are but myself in two forms that are different only in that divinity in the one is patent while in the other it is latent, I took away these children of the Brahmana. Now you can take them back forthwith. With such words the Lord of Vaikuntha handed over the children, and thou, taking them with thee, presented them to the Brahmana, while Arjuna extolled thy greatness. Evam nana viharair jagadabharamanayan Vrishnivansham prapushna nijjano yajna bedairat तुलविहृतिभिः प्रीणयन्नेन नेत्राः भूभारक्षेपदम्बात पदकमलजुषां मोक्षणायावार्तीर्णम् पूर्णं ब्रह्मैव साक्षाद्यद्दुषु मनुजतारुषितस्तवं व्यलासिः. Delighting the world of numerous sportive activities as described above, organizing the clan of Vishnus into a mighty power, performing many sacrificial rites, pleasing the women folk with unparalleled sportive endearments, and giving liberation to dependents and devotees in the guise of ridding the earth of its burden, thou the infinite Brahma did shine through the veil of a human from amidst the Vrishnis. प्रायेण द्वारवत्यामवृतदैतदा नारदस्तवत्र सात्रं तस्मालभ्ये कदाचित् खलु सुकृतनिधिस्तवत्पिता तत्त्वबोधं भक्तानामग्रयायी स च खलु मतिमानुद्धवस्तत्त्वत एव प्राप्तो विज्ञानसारं सखिल जनहितायाधुनास्ते प्रतर्याम. From Narada, who was in those days mostly staying at Dwaraka, engrossed in the bliss of thy service, thy meritorious father gained spiritual insight and illumination, while Uddhava, the foremost among the devotees and the most distinguished among the intelligent, attained to enlightenment from instruction given by thee directly. It is said that Uddhava is even now staying at Badri Kasha Ashrama for the good of the world. Soyam Krishnavataro jayati tava vibho yatra sauhardaviti Sneha deshanuraga prabhriti viravdulai rashtramairyoga vedaihi Artim titarva samastamamritapadamrguhu sarvatah sarvalokaha Sattvam vishwantir shantyai pavanapurapate bhaktipurtyai cha bhuyaha. Thus shines thy exalted incarnation as Krishna in all its uniqueness, wherein various types of men in large numbers were freed from their worldly ills and led to the attainment of liberation through varied, easy but unique methods of spiritual communion, based on friendship, fear, love, hatred, sexual attraction, and such other natural expressions of the human mind. May thou, O Lord Krishna, the resident of the temple of Guruvayur, be gracious enough to vouchsafe me the complete eradication of my sufferings and the attainment of perfect devotion. So the canto 88 is completed. I'll be back with the next canto in the coming week. Till then, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat.